Hey Saber friends, welcome and happy holidays. Time for another episode of Saber Time with Jim. Rocking the special Voltron Christmas sweatshirt I guess. Today, it's my favorite Christmas attire because it's just so goofy. Anyway, yeah, let's get to the lightsaber today. So, as I've mentioned, I'm not taking any commissions right now, so I'm just kind of working through some personal projects. One of which has been sitting in my display case for over a year now, empty, and it is finally finished. And it is my Creepy Uncle V3, made by Denis Lukyanov from Russia. But this hilt is modeled after the Last Jedi Luke saber. So Episode 8, in the scene where he's confronting Ben Solo about his vision, and things go awry. But anyway, beautiful hilt. I've installed a personal one before that I put a tri-cree build in. It was a few years ago, and I sold that one and ended up getting a V3 from Saber Bay last year when they had some grade Bs that were available for cheap. And I, for the life of me, can't figure out why this one was a grade B. I noticed a very, very, very slight ding in the emitter. Like, it's so small that I have to really look at it close to even see it now. But it didn't matter to me because I was going to weather it anyway. My first one I didn't weather. It didn't match the screen use prop, so I wanted to really get as close as I could to the one in the movie. So I did that. I used aluminum black on the hilt to give it a darker color, which is especially evident in the grenade section. And then used brass black on the control box, the rails here, and on the brass neck. And you can see the weathering effects on the front of the emitter there. So the outside turned out really well. I'm very happy with it. There's a little bit of close up on the control box, so you can see some of the weathering there, and on the grenade as well, and then down here on the pommel. Okay, so again, I love this hilt. It's designed very well. It's got the design for the switches here. So I've got a power and then activation right here. Also, what's new with the V3 as opposed to the V2, I know the V3's been out for a while, but it has a shine through blade plug right here now that I'll show off in a minute. But yeah, so enough about the hilt. How about the install, right? It's probably why most of you are here, because I teased this on Instagram last week, I think. Anyway, I designed my own crystal chamber chassis. That's not something that I've designed crystal chamber chassis, but I've not designed one specifically to be printed in metal. So I did that, designed it, had the design sent to Shapeways, ordered the part, came in, and I don't know if it was Shapeways error or something, but the dimensions were just a little bit off. So some of the things that I designed to fit in it, like copper tubes and the crystals that were designed specifically for this, didn't fit quite right. So I went and took my Dremel, and luckily they're smaller, so it's easier to make things bigger you can't add things on. So anyway, I used my Dremel, widened the holes a little bit, and ended up working out. So let me go ahead and show you the I guess master crystal chamber in 3D printed metal that I designed and printed myself. Now the rest of the chassis is I designed as well, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But here it is. It's asymmetrical in design. So on this side, you've got two brass rods that are closer together, and then these fins right here. And then on the reverse side, you've got a kind of stabilizing bracket where the fins terminate. They terminate here, and then the brass rods here are spaced out a little farther. So I originally thought maybe I would run the wires right here, but I ended up going a different route and put the copper tubes here, and that's where the wires are running from the crystals, the crystal LEDs, and the NeoPixel here. So that's how this thing is working out. There's two 3D printed crystals in there. Well, and why don't I go ahead and fire this up so we can see the crystals illuminated. The Creepy Uncle V3 does come with a static pommel, so for display, I usually keep those on when they're in my cabinet for display purposes. Why have a display pommel when you're not going to display it, right? Anyway, I think that the FX pommel, so the vented one, is one of the best sound venting sabers out there, because it is like that sound venting. It's just that little opening right there is so subtle, but so effective. Oh, it's one of my louder sabers, I think. My loudest one is definitely my Rudy Panda V3 that I drilled out the bottom of it. That thing is ear-splittingly loud. But anyway, this one is probably close second. All right, so got your speaker pod here with the Shtok connector, and right here you've got your Proffieboard V2.2, the personal favorite of mine, of course. The 1.3 millimeter recharge ports right here. The pogo pin speaker connectors right there, and then that's your kill switch. And then you've got your BLS Black Lion Sabers written in Arabesh right there as well. All right, let's turn her on. And there we go. Crystals are illuminated, looking oh so nicely green. And you've got your control box lights as well. Couldn't have the blinkies, right? Or couldn't go without the blinkies, right? Yeah, couldn't do that. All right, so once you're screwed in there, you have a nice sound. Nice solid connection there. All right, and then there's your, again, the light's going. So let me go ahead and put the grenade and emitter on. Just screws in here. And I'll show you that shine through blade plug as well. So really you can't even tell it's there until you turn the saber on, and then looks great. Okay, that was the twist off feature for the Proffieboard. I've done a few sabers now with that, and it's awesome. All right, retention screw here. Take that out, pull out the blade plug. Another great design feature of the Creepy Uncle, I can't recall if it was on my V2 or not, because again I started with the tri-crease, so it wasn't important at the time, but the V3 I know is designed specifically to for NeoPixel, so you don't have to use that heatsink emitter cup. For you know that a lot of thin neck sabers use. I've got two of my other Luke sabers, the Mom, the Magic of Myth, and my KR Sabers Eco V2 have that heatsink cup that the NeoPixel PCB sits in. You have to use the recessed blade, all that kind of stuff. This one does not. It has space designed to fit a little NeoPixel PCB in there, and it sit flush, and you get about, oh, I don't know, maybe 3/4, almost an inch of blade depth. Where's my, here we go. My digital caliper, we'll find out. A little less than an inch, 22 millimeters, which ends up being about 0.86 of an inch. So that's plenty, it's fine. As long as you got a tight blade, like if you got to really force it down in there, you'll be okay. Which I do. So it's my saber anyway, so who cares? All right, KR Sabers Pixel stick blade. Push her all the way down in there. Tighten it up. And voila, tight, not going anywhere. And let's light this candle. There we go. So this font is Grumpy Uncle by Kyberphonic. Obviously, you got to have a lot of Luke fonts on here, right? Because it's the Luke Saber, and this is the Episode 8 Grumpy Uncle font, so... There we go. Let's do some blaster reflex. And force power. There we go. Retract. Let's see what music I put on here. Yes, turn the saber on. There we go. Okay. Let's go backwards a little bit, because that's not the first font on my list.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Okay. Kyberphonic does my favorite Return of the Jedi Luke font too, called The Return. So let's do that one. This one, it's so clean. It's so clean. All due respect to the other font artists out there that have done Return of the Jedi Luke ones. I think my second favorite is the KSith LS6, but this one just, it's music. Okay.
I'm Luke Skywalker. Welcome, Skywalker.
I'm gonna skip a few because I've done Luke fonts all over the place.
Are you a Jedi? I am.
This one is so good though. This is a rescue by KSith. This is the Mandalorian Luke one. Still has that Luke snap hiss, but it's got like a deeper, almost, I don't know. It's close to a Vader style font, or hum. Deeper swings. It's the lockup. We'll do that again. There we go.
This is where the fun begins.
Chosen one. This is the hero version. Okay.
What is it? Father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
I believe this is a New Hope training. Yeah, Kyberphonic. I know it's the same fonts that are on my other Luke Sabers. I pretty much use the same config except change it for, you know, control boxes or crystal chambers or stuff like that.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
ESB Graphics. Okay, what else we got?
That lightsaber was Luke's.
This is the Flex Awakens from KSith.
Something inside me.
Ben Solo.
Oh, yeah, Ben Solo. Let's do this one because I am strongly considering converting my legacy Ben Solo saber that is still stock to a Golden Harvest V3. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet because I got to figure out a blade holder solution, but that's next on my to-do list, is to figure that one out. It's a Ben Solo font. Young Solo, it's from KSith. Has such a unique emission. It's like a pee. Yeah, it sounds just like that. Lovely, yeah. You're welcome from the sound effects, by the way. Leia. Episode 9. There we go.
Master Qui-Gon.
Quai's gone. KSith. You can tell I'm a fan of these Kyberphonic KSith.
General Kenobi.
That's Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Ahsoka. Rebels white with the hub flicker style. Probably doesn't show up well here. You can see it on my shirt how the flicker is kind of moving up and down the blade. It looks better in person than it does on my camera.
Lord Vader.
Rogue Vader.
The Dark Saber.
Dark Saber.
It belongs to you.
That's another thing that I'd like to have in my collection is the Dark Saber. A nice one, but the thing that's kind of holding me back on that is that you got to get the specialty blade. And for NeoPixel, they're usually pretty expensive, so I don't know. The price is kind of holding me back a little bit, but I want one because they look cool and they sound so good. Oh, sounds so good.
The Dark Saber.
So good.
Stop it! The garbage will do!
It's the Millennium Falcon one. All right, Carbonics Fire. So this is one of the V1 pixel stick blades. So one of the first ones that came out that didn't have the parallel pixel strips. They're in the series. So it makes the effect it has that it makes the fire animation a lot slower. And I haven't really looked that hard into how to fix that. So maybe I'm lazy. I don't know. But anyway. Real slow up the blade now. A little slow burn. But again, if you pull it upside down, your flame gets shorter. And then turn it off. And you've got the cooling down effect. It goes from orange to red to off. Pretty cool.
Crystal core energy.
And there's your battery level on the blade.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
And we're back to the start. So let me go back to...
Welcome. Skywalker. How are you? Go away.
There we go. There's Grumpy Uncle. So we'll go back to that just so I can... That'll be the one that turns on when I turn it on next. Take the blade out. Yeah. If any of you are wondering if this chassis will be... There we go. Available for purchase. Nah, it won't. Couple reasons for that. Number one is, like I said, the Shapeways. I wasn't completely satisfied with the Shapeways print, and it took some more dremeling than I would have preferred. But again, I made it work. So I wouldn't want this chassis to, the customer have to do a lot of work to get this chassis as a viable solution. So that's the major reason, is that, yeah, it's great as a one-off for me. I'm not willing to pay another $40 to get a sample from Shapeways to make sure the next one's right. And if it's not, pay another $40, try again. I'm not doing that. So this is a one of one. I will be the only person in the world who has this chassis and this crystal chamber. So that's kind of cool too. That's another reason. So sorry about you if you want it. You're not getting it. Yeah, this will be a personal one for me. Anyway, just a little bit more stuff about the Saber. It's got a 18650 in it. Pretty well hidden, I would think. You can kind of see it right there. Because it clicks into the bottom of the chassis. The chassis is static inside here. The screw, there are two screws here. One of them is I got a longer one, so it goes into the chassis and holds it in place, so it's not going anywhere. Very solid. Turn it off here. There we go. Oh, almost. There we go. yeah, that's about it. Oh no, I didn't turn it off yet. Hold on. Why won't we go? There we go. For some reason I couldn't get the kill switch off. Turn it back on. There we go. Turn it back off. Weird. Okay. Anyway, here it is. Crystal chamber one more time, don't you think? There we go. How about I do it one more time for a thumbnail? Yeah? Little behind the scenes YouTube magic stuff. Turn it on. Get a nice thumbnail. There. There we go. That's a good one. If you watched this long, my apologies. Twist on. Yeah. Not really much entertaining left here. Anyway, appreciate the continued support. Even though I'm not actively doing saber work for other people right now. Just having fun doing my own stuff. So hopefully that's still entertaining. I don't know. Thanks for spending about 22 minutes with me. But yeah, thanks for watching. May the force be with you. For up at Saw. Hopefully that Ben Solo one's coming soon. We'll see. I know I've got to do videos on my SSOB and the mom. So I just got to get around to it. I will eventually. Ta-ta. For up at Saw again.